Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Colby from Sanitary Productions. We're back again with another action figure review. In this episode, we're taking a look at the new DC Multiverse from McFarlane Toys. This is Superman Unchained. Or, I guess technically it's Superman in his Unchained armor. But still, I'm actually pretty excited for this particular figure. I wasn't actually expecting to see it on the shelves, so I was really surprised when it actually showed up at retail, along with the Wonder Woman figure, which I just unboxed for y'all. So go check that out when you get a chance if you haven't already. But this is a cool looking Superman. I have not been all that impressed with a lot of the Superman figures being released. They are pretty kind of standard and a little bit uninspiring to me, so when I saw this one on the shelf, I had to take a second look because I didn't really know much about it. But very cool though. Again, this comes from McFarlane Toys out of their new DC Multiverse line here. Very cool looking. It does have that kind of standard plain DC Multiverse packaging here. Has a nice big window here so you can see the figure in all its glory in there. Flipping it over to the side, we have Superman Unchained armor, the McFarlane Toys logo. On the back side, we do have some promo artwork, a couple of the other figures in the line, and then it has some source of where that image comes from, which is Superman Unchained number 7 from 2014. Pretty cool. Bottom just has copyright information, and the top again just has standard information there. 22 moving parts, so very cool. We got a single piece of tape here at the bottom, so we're gonna go ahead and slice that off, and then rip this thing open. I may try it from the top next time because this bottom joint is not the easiest to get your thumb in there to get it started. But that's what we got. Pop it out here, toss the packaging to the side because it's not really all that interesting anymore. The figure comes on a nice big plastic bubble thing here, so it just lifts out. We've got a couple of other pieces here and a stand and a trading card. So we're going to cut these pieces out, I suppose. Actually, these are just taped in, so let's slice that tape. And then pop these out. Kind of weird. I actually thought this was a cape inside of the packaging, but it's definitely not. It's some sort of crazy mech wings. Figure stand. Let's see what we can do to cut this thing out. I'm just going to take a razor X-Acto knife here, cut down into the side and just kind of go around this circle more or less. Not doing a very good job of this. So let me try this again. It worked pretty well with Wonder Woman. Not working really well with this guy, so if y'all have easier ways to do this, let me know that in the comments section, because this is pretty terrible. And we're going to do it the hard way. Get my thumb up under there and pull that off. I don't know why I don't like destroying packaging that way, but kind of has to be done. And since we've already done that, let's do the same thing to get the trading card out. It's going in the recycling bin anyway, so it's fine. It's fine. Toss that to the side. We will zoom in and take a closer look at all of these things here in just a moment, but let's get Superman off of his card back. He does have a couple of these weird rubber bandy things, so I'm just going to snip these. And that should be all we need to do. Crunch. and he comes out pretty easy. Throw that to the side. It's a hefty figure. I'm a little surprised at the heft. It's not like terrible, but it's definitely a lot heavier than, say, like a DC Universe Classics figure. So not quite as heavy as maybe the NECA Ninja Turtle Shredder, but it's kind of similar. So any which way, these is very cool here. So let's start with the trading card here. We got that Superman Unchained armor artwork. We have the bio here that we'll try to see if y'all can, I guess, pause it here if you want to read through that. Interesting. I'm not that big on these trading cards, but it is kind of a thick card here. Just so you know, it's not like a thin, flimsy card. It's a very thick card, which I don't know if that's kind of the way things are going nowadays with trading cards or what, but definitely a lot thicker than the ones that I usually remember. Figure stand. We have a cool DC Universe logo here at the bottom here. It just says DC. It's just kind of printed on there in that nice kind of two-tone black single foot peg, and that's about all we got here. But very cool. We'll just kind of line this foot peg up with the hole on the bottom of his foot there. Press that down. This one's a little loose. So this guy doesn't quite attach nearly as cleanly as the one we did for Wonder Woman. It's very tight, but once you get it pressed into place, it should be fine. Stands up actually pretty well. May have to do some fiddling to get him to sit in a way I like, but it fits pretty well. So I am really appreciative of the fact that they have included stands at all. So yeah, very cool. And I guess we're going to attach these crazy wings to begin with before we go too much further. There's a weird piece of something there. They do have these ball joints here with a little peg on them, so this thing kind of just rocks around and kind of swivels whichever way you want it to go. Then on his back, he does have these little peg holes here, so we're just going to line that up and I guess just press that in place. If there's a special way to do this, they only go in one way. Doesn't look like it. I think we just gotta snap it in there. So let me just turn it until it kind of, there we go. It'll kind of go that way. Snap it in place more or less like that. And it kind of rotates around. It's a little weird. Doesn't quite rotate the way I think it should. So anyway, it does work. So let's try this one on this side. Just kind of line it up and press it in place and kind of shift it back and forth a little bit to get it to go in there. There we go. And then kind of bend it and then swivel it and then bend it and swivel it. It's a bit odd. So they are made out of plastic, of course. So they are a little flimsy if you get them turned the wrong way. So just be kind of careful of that so they don't pop off if you bend them the wrong way. Now that it's attached, it definitely looks more like the cape that I was thinking it was, but I think I want a cape. So this is kind of like a robot version of Superman, I guess. Or battle armor Superman, or however you want to look at it, but very much has that kind of cyber battlesuit vibe going on, which I am not normally a fan of. But this thing really does jump out on the shelf. And in person, it definitely pops. The blues are this nice metallic blue, and the chest logo is a nice metallic red there. It just looks very, very awesome here. Very nice paint job on here. As far as the details go, let's move the light up a little bit here. See how well this will work. So, lots of cool kind of Gundam looking details on his face. Helmet, I guess. On the back side there, again, some very cool looking details. The front, I really like that metallic S. He does have some interesting texture on a couple of pieces, like his shoulder joints there, where his bicep meets his forearm. Standard kind of matte black here. But again, down here we've got a bit of a texture thing going on. Very cool looking details built into the armor itself. Very wicked looking boots. Nice big gloved hands. Flipping them over to the back here. Some, again, very nice details on all of this stuff. The back side of his pants don't have the texture, but they have an interesting paint scheme going on. So it's like a matte black on the pants, and then these pieces that hold the armor on are a kind of a glossier color. It's still black, but kind of a glossy black. And some cool piping detail here on the back of the boots. That's just really awesome looking. Very, very cool. I like this thing a lot more than I thought I was going to. Anyways, let's look at articulation here. So the head does spin 360 degrees. We've got plenty of up and down motion, side to side head tilt, so very, very cool. No, the helmet is not removable. I'm kind of very interested now in getting one of the other regular Superman figures and popping the head off of this guy and putting on a regular head. So we have an unhelmeted version. Very cool looking helmet though. Shoulder joints are also that odd double shoulder joint here. So you've got the little wiggly part on the back side of the underneath part, and then you got the ball joint here at the actual exposed shoulder, which makes this very cool, very fluid. Moves around wherever you want it to go there. We do have a swivel joint at the top of the bicep there. He's got that weird armor piece right there that kinda doesn't actually get in the way too much, surprisingly. We also get, looks like I think it's a single knee, elbow joint. Looks like a single elbow joint. It's got that weird kind of ratchety thing going on there. But interesting anyhow. Then we have another one of those weird ball joints there. Double ball joints. I don't know how you want to say that, but at the wrist there. So you got plenty of rotation at the front and the back of that wrist. And then you got the rocker motion that's also built into that, depending on how you rotate it around. So it gives a really great range of motion on that joint. It's just very odd, and it doesn't always want to cooperate as far as which way it turns, but that's an amazing range of motion. Anyways, next up we have the shoulder. Sorry, the chest rib cage articulation. This has that weird ball joint there. The armor is definitely going to stop you from going too far forward with it. So you don't get a lot of ab crunch going on there, but a little bit, and you do get some side to side motion there. The waist is kind of the same way. It's another one of those rolly ball joints. So you can get it to go lots of places there. So very nice. That gives you a lot more forward ab crunch and backward ab crunch. So very nice joint there. The middle kind of rib cage piece is a little limited there with his armor. Not bad at all though. Waist and hips have those same kind of odd joints. They've got kind of a ratchet there and then a swivel joint in there also, and it kind of it's much easier to see on this one than it was on the Wonder Woman figure we looked at. Get some fuzz there. So you can definitely kind of pop these things out too far, and then you kind of have to readjust it to get it to pop back in there. But again, a tremendous range of motion there. So full side to side. Front goes about like right there, which is a little limiting, but again, move it out just a little bit, then it can go full forward and then full backward, and again, just kind of rotate that around until you get it to go where you want it to. So that's interesting. There's also kind of a slight swivel joint there, which is again a little odd, but I say odd, it's just not something I'm used to. How's that? So it's, yeah, very cool though. We do have a double knee joint, and let's see, there is no swivel at the bottom here. We do have a ball joint at the, technically it's a ball and a rocker here at the ankle, which is kind of hard to see, and you don't get a lot of motion simply because of the way the boots are sculpted, but it's there. It's pretty cool. Get it turned this way and that way a little bit. Most of your articulation is going to come from that upper thigh joint though, not the boots themselves. Then we also have a toe joint, so that toe, we can get it to unlock, there we go, pops all the way back, goes flat. I won't go past flat back down, but still very cool. So yeah, pretty awesome little articulation thing there. And then these wings again do kind of move up and down. I call them wings, I don't know what they are, but they're on that weird ball joint too, but that's a weird joint, so you have to kind of be a little careful. Again, you can kind of see there, it's, if you pull it the wrong way, and this is going to get in the way, I'm sure, of the focus, you can see it's kind of hard. You just got to be very deliberate with this one. So kind of rotate it the way you want it, and then pop it in there. So yeah, I have a feeling most of the time it's going to stay standard kind of like that. Again, it's not a bad look. Definitely blends in very well with the way the shoulder pads make it look like a standard Superman cape, which again, in the package it fooled me into thinking that's what it was. So if that was their intention, they got me with that. So I want a real cape for this guy too. I know I'm bad, but yeah, it's a cool looking figure. Again, it's more of a kind of a Gundam kind of version of Superman, which is not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I'm not traditionally a Gundam collector or anything like that, so I think it was just the metallic finish and the armor plating that kind of got me interested in the figure and drew me into it. But now that it's here in person, it's definitely a cool figure, and I'm actually really happy for it. The only things, again, I would probably wonder about, those joints on the backs of those wings are just weird and probably are going to cause issues at some point. The mid-chest articulation joint is a little limited by the armor as well, but that's about it. And then I want an alternate head for this thing. But I think I can fix that with another regular Superman figure. So I will try that and let you know how it goes when I actually get that figure at some point. Excuse me. But yeah, a very awesome figure. This thing is at retail as of the filming of this video, which is July 2020. Retails for about $20. definitely worth that price for this guy, even if you're not like a Gundam person. If you're a Superman fan, you may actually not really care about this particular figure because it's definitely kind of a departation from traditional. But I think maybe that's kind of what makes it work for me. I don't know, but I'm really digging it, so yeah, it's cool. That's all the time we have for today, so thanks for watching. Drop some comments down below. Let us all know what you think of this Superman Unchained armor from McFarlane Toys. Have you been enjoying the rest of the McFarlane line so far, or are you not quite sure yet? I know I'm still a little bit on the fence about the actual line itself. I saw a couple of the Batman figures and they didn't really do much for me, but this Superman figure jumped out at me. The Wonder Woman 1984 one jumped out at me. And I may pick up a couple more somewhere down the line when I see them at retail. My Walmart is terrible about stocking things, so I don't really know. But still, it's a cool looking figure. Let me know what you think about it. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Be on the lookout for more awesome videos coming down the pipeline. And until next time,